You know those guys that just hate 1911s with optics on them? Well, if you're one of those people, you're probably not gonna like this video. This is my new Springfield 1911 TRP with the Aimpoint Acro P2. And I know a lot of you guys are thinking, how the hell did you get an optic on there? They don't come optics cut. Yeah, that's a whole nother story, but we'll get into it. If you guys are new here, do me a huge favor, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. That's the way I keep pushing out content. And let's get into it. So a lot of you guys are familiar with the older Springfield TRP. They did a remodel of it. This year they came out with the new one, and what we've got here is the FDE model. They've got like 4 or 5 different models and colors. So I like the carry model as soon as I saw it. And I thought, how interesting would it be to carry a 1911 chamber in 45 that's easily concealable? So I grabbed this thing and I'm thinking, why didn't they make an optics cut? They should have done that. SIG's doing it, Staccato, Springfield. On their Prodigy model they did it. So I'm thinking, why didn't they do it here? It's a missed opportunity. That would have been like a huge selling point for them. So I think they missed out on that, but let's get into how I got this thing milled. So when I bought it, I had a friend of a friend who was gonna do it. They had a small company, and apparently they went out of business. So they were no longer able to do it. I'm sitting around with the gun, the safe, and the optic, and I'm thinking, how am I gonna get this thing cut? I'm calling companies, and people are turning me down because it's a 1911, it's a newer gun, they don't do this, there's no way they can make it work. And finally I get around to C&H Precision, which they now offer slide cutting services, and they were able to get it done. It was probably a 2 to 3 week turnaround. Paid about $350 for it, but that included the optics plate. And something I was worried about when I did this is if I was going to have enough room to keep the iron sights. And as you see, they cut it real close, but they were able to make it work. You don't have much of a co-witness. You can see them just right at the bottom of the acro, but they are there. So if you do lose battery or anything like that, you have that option. But I was really impressed with how quick they got it done and how clean everything looks. They even marked the screws with a little Sharpie so you can see if they turn or not. And I have had this thing on here for probably a good 300 or 400 rounds. Nothing has loosened up at all. Sight picture has been pretty pleasant for me, and I really love the 1911 frame. Recoil, it's a little snappy. It's a 1911 and 45 with as short a barrel as it is. It's gonna have a little bit of snap to it. But with that optic and that red dot, it just brings it right back down every time. All right, where did I get this inspiration from? If you guys follow Administrative Results, he's got the Stealth Arms Platypus, full size, 9mm 2011 that takes Glock mags, and I'm thinking that's a badass setup. So I want something like that, but in a carry size. And when I saw the TRP come out, I'm thinking, there it is, that's the one. And I was a little upset that he didn't do it optics cut or optics ready, but we were able to make it work for extra 350 bucks. But let's just get into pricing while we're on that note. This thing is coming in about $1,800. It's pretty expensive. And for it not being optics cut, I think it's a little bit overpriced. They do give you 3 mags, the little Springfield carrying case that you get with all their other pistols, which is nice. You can't really complain about that. But just, I think it was a little bit overpriced, and they missed the mark with not having it optics ready. I think that they would be ahead of the game if they had done that already, but SIG's came out and done it. Some of the other companies that are doing 1911s are all making them optics ready for that reason. It's just, that's what people are after now. Everybody wants something that's optics ready. So for carrying, they did a V-cut on the back strap here, and what that does is reduces your printing. When you're carrying, you know, the idea is to not let people know that you have it on you. So with this V-cut, when you're carrying under your shirt, it takes away from that corner printing on outside of your shirt. So it's really nice. I can wear this with gym shorts, sweatpants, t-shirt, whatever. Printing is reduced dramatically because of that V-cut. All right, let's talk about initial shots. When I first got it and broke it out the box, I would have failure to feed maybe once every 2 or 3 mags. And what that is from is A, it not being oiled enough, and then B, just the break-in period. I have noticed these things have a little bit of a break-in period. Now, I don't know if it was made a little bit worse because of the optics cut or not, but now it has seemed to work itself out. After about 300 rounds, I'm starting to get very consistent mag runs. I haven't had any issues with it from that point on. And it's staying relatively clean. I don't have any severe like markings or anything on it like that. What I carry is Hornady Critical Defense ammo. And I want to show you guys that round. Just imagine that hollow point going inside of you. That's nasty. That's a massive bullet. So let's get into capacity. So with the Springfield TRP and the 4 1/4 inch barrel, you're getting 7 plus 1 in the chamber. You can carry it with the hammer cocked back and safety on. You can carry it in the half cock position, like that, with 1 in the head. So all you have to do is drop the hammer, pull the trigger. And then also you can just carry with nothing in the head and safety down. I wouldn't recommend that. I would always recommend having it around the chamber. And some people are against that, especially carrying appendix, but the half cock position or having the manual safety kind of alleviates that. So it's very nice there. The back strap safety feels good. The beaver tail comes out like any standard 1911. Feels really good in the hand, and trigger is actually phenomenal on this thing. I do want to go over that, so let's go over the trigger brake. So you've got probably a 3-pound trigger, maybe 4, and then reset. Super short. Love 1911 triggers, one of my favorite triggers on pistols. So very happy with that. My FDE acro was probably about 650. The pistol itself was about 1800, and then the milling service was about 325. So I'm well over 2500 for this pistol. That's very expensive to carry. I wouldn't usually do something like that, but I really wanted a carry size FDE 1911 with acro. So I paid the price for it, and I have it now. So I'm very happy with the overall. Pros and cons, pretty easy takedown. I like the way that they set everything up on this. I love the FDE finish with the new grips they came out with. The checkered texturing is very aggressive here on the front and the back strap, and then the grips just feel really, really good. They're not too aggressive up against the skin. A lot of stipple jobs can be, and I thought these might be a little bit uncomfortable, but it hasn't been for me so far. Mag release is standard. I do like the fact that you have the 1913 rail on this as well. So if you wanted to put a flashlight on here, you could. They make inside the waistband holsters that host the Surefire light or whatever. So you have that option, and just getting 3 mags is kind of nice. What would I change about this gun? Potentially porting it could be an option. I actually didn't think about that. We could possibly cut a section out of this top of the slide here and port it to reduce some of that recoil. But that bullet is already such a slow traveling caliber. 45 is already naturally subsonic, so we might lose a lot of that power if we were to do something like that. But honestly, I don't really have any complaints about it. The break-in period was a little bit long, and I think a lot of that could have been because of the slide cut for the optics, so that's probably what's going on there. Even though you're sacrificing capacity, you're gaining stopping power. If you get shot with a 45, you're going to be missing a limb or limping around. You're going to die very quickly. So that's kind of the trade-off there. You evaluate what you want to do with that. I've become a much better shooter over the years, and my reloads have gotten a lot quicker, so it's not as much of a concern for me. But overall, like I said, I'm very happy with this gun, and let's take it to the range and go see how it shoots. Go for it. If you guys are wondering what holster I'm using, this is a crucial concealment for the Springfield Prodigy. It actually fits in here perfect. I have the retention really loose just so I'm able to draw it quickly. It's made for the 4 1/4 inch Prodigy, but my frame is a little bit skinnier because it's not a double stack. So it's fine. There's no trigger guard exposed or anything like that. Perfect for inside the waistband, comfortable, reliable, 10 out of 10 holster. All right, if you guys enjoyed this video, do me a huge favor, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I got a lot more stuff on the way. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this content. Almost 1,500 subscribers, so keep on pushing that number up, and I'll see you guys next time.